Get Larry.
All right, welcome to Sports Talk on the Tuesday night edition. We're live in the WJRG studio tonight. I'm Dr. Jerry Green, along with my good friend Big Don, the producer of the show, Big Don Production. What's up, Don?
Everything's good, man. Just ready to talk some sports.
Ready to get down. To my right, we got the legend himself, Brother Bruce Austin. What's up, Brother Bruce?
Yes, sir. Everything's beautiful. Everything's beautiful.
All right, and all the way in Jacksonville, Florida, where it was 20 degrees the other night in Florida, my brother Henry Green. What's up, bro?
I'm doing good. Yes, it was 20. It was still cold this morning, but it did get up to 60 degrees today.
I don't tease us.
You ain't got you ain't got
no teasers now. And all the way in Maryland, Frederick, Maryland, my brother-in-law Larry Pearson. Seahawks, here we go. What's up, Larry?
Hey, it's going to be a great one. The real question is, are we going to get a game or are we going to get a blowout?
Well, we'll talk about that.
Hey, Larry, real quick, did you guys get any snow?
Oh, yeah.
Any snow? Not today. We got a bunch of ice and snow on last week, but we ain't getting nothing this week.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you know what it feels like.
You know what it feels like.
Yes, we did. We felt it.
All right, and all the way in Upper Marbury, also in Maryland, we got one of the greatest bishops in the world that came back from Africa and Aruba and on his way to London, Bishop Ernest E. Richard Jr. from Power to Stand. What's up, my brother?
Blessings. I'm glad he asked Larry, did we get any snow? We only got a total of about maybe 23 inches. That's all. That only happens once every 5 years. So tell him, Larry, after this year, we got 4 good years. We ain't going to see snow. And Henry, stop bragging. I talked about the radio show. I'm going to go fast, I know. And I talked about you calling me, talking about we 80 degrees down here. I don't want to talk to you. Go ahead.
And our sports legend, Anthony McLean. What's up, Anthony? God bless you, bro.
I'm good. Kill the groundhog.
When this brother is around, every moment move. Kendall Tyson. What's up, Kendall?
What's happening, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
All right. And one of the greatest pastors that's coming up with his pastor anniversary. He'll give me the date again. I told him to send me a flyer. Pastor Walter Teague from Boston. What's up, Pastor Teague? How you doing, bro?
Doing well. How's everyone this evening?
All right, Pastor.
All right. We're going to get it on tonight. I'm going to be good tonight. I'm going to be good. I'm going to tell you all right now.
You ain't got it, do you?
I'm not going to start no mess. I told my brother this morning.
You always say
No, listen. I'll give you all the heads up. Me and my brother was talking first thing this morning, and I said, I won't be on Friday, so I need you Friday. And I said, and bring the drama. I said, bring the trouble, please. Let's have a show of it. All right. So, Larry, what you got for me, bro?
Yeah, the first thing we're going to talk about is black coaches in the NFL. You know, when they first brought this up, I said, man, we ain't got a problem with no black coaches in the NFL. And recently, we don't. But since 1967, there has been only 20 black coaches in the NFL as head coach. There's been 5 interims. And I said, 20 coaches? I mean, that just blew my mind. I thought it was a little bit better than that. But the thing is, it's really bad. It's really bad, and it's got better now. We got 6, which is a huge upswing over the past 5 years. But 20 total. 20 total. Last year we had 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a few didn't make it.
You know
But
what?
it's very disappointing. Art Shell was the first one, and only two of those coaches won Super Bowls. And we was on a run 2007, 2009. We got 2 Super Bowls.
Wow.
Dungy got one, and Tomlin got one. And after that, it fell off. We haven't got another one. And looks like right now we're losing more head coaches than we're getting. So what is it? Is it that we showing that we can't coach, or the opportunities are just not there?
You want to say something?
Yeah,
I'm going to start with you, Anthony.
Okay, hold up.
It's I don't think it's the thing that they're not doing well. Here's the thing. You don't want to just have it so that you want to hire a black coach just for the sake of hiring a black coach. I think what bothers me, and I think for a lot of folks, is all you want is to have equal footing more than anything else. And unfortunately, what's going on now, it's the same, it's the same $1 Million Boys network that's at work. They have no problem doing the Rooney Rule and everything like that because it checks a box. But there's still, put it this way, for every Aaron Glenn who clearly is struggling in Jersey, there are guys. There are guys like I look back at somebody like Mike Singleton. He was on the verge of turning San Fran around, and then they hired Harbaugh, and his impact on that 49er team was just as whatever. Unfortunately, they weren't able to turn it around. But all you want is to be given the opportunity more than anything else on equal footing. And it just seems like that double standard still exists for the young assistant, for a guy who's been there. And it's not so much the first job. It's almost like that second job. You get rare instances like, Raheem Morris that gets a second job or what have you. But you take somebody like a Jim Caldwell, who a couple of years back had a great run with the Colts. Matter of fact, Caldwell was the last guy that had a 500 record for the Lions before Campbell got there as well. It's all about getting fair opportunities to me more than anything else.
I got this question when you think about the next one. We look at it as, are we getting fair chances, or is it that we play in that game where they control everything and you only get a certain amount of chances, which I don't see happening? Walter, do you think we don't get second chances?
Oh, you got a couple of questions going on. I would like to go to the first part. Right. We had 10 openings and we got 3 black coaches, not one. Salah, he's a minority, but you don't consider himself black. But out of 10 openings, not one black coach landed a head coach position. That's a travesty, man. That's ridiculous. But I think even like Raheem Morris, I mean, if the guys were playing for him, he only had 2. I think what it is, we don't get a long enough leash to turn the program around. I mean, you get 2 years at max. I'm surprised Aaron Glenn might be the first one out next year. But we don't get that same leash that the white coach gets, like Anna Ray said, like Jim Caldwell. I mean, they fired him, and he took the Lions to the playoffs and everything, and they fired him next year, and then didn't win a game. Was that the next year after him? It was 1-15 or whatever it was, So I just don't think we get a long enough leash to turn the program around. Raheem Morris only had 2 years, and the team played well. They played for him. They won they beat the Rams, and they won for the last 5 games or something. So I don't think that they give them enough leash. And then we got the good old boy network. They got all the money. They call the shots. It's their league. The players play for them, but it's their league. You're representing their organization, and like Ant said, they could check the box with the Rooney Rule and say, okay, we brought them in. Okay, we check the box for that. But bottom line is they have the final say, and they just don't give the black coaches enough relief. I mean, even the coach for Flores. I mean, Miami, he turned the team around, and they still fired him. So. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take it back to the studio. But if we never get a black owner, do you think it's gonna change?
Right, Bruce.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. See, why is this surprising to everybody? This been going on forever. You know what I mean? We got all these black billionaires. Why they don't get together and get a seat at the table so they can make some decisions on some of this stuff? They keep talking about the good old boy system. You need a seat at the table to make change. You can't keep just going in and say, I want to be a head coach. Put this money together and buy a team and get a seat at the table. That's the only way it's going to change. We get a couple of crumbs every now and then. You see a black head coach pop up and he disappears. You know what I mean? Forget the Rooney Rule. You know what I mean? That's nothing. That's nothing. They don't care nothing about no Rooney Rule. I want to get hired. I don't want to know that I just got interviewed. That don't mean nothing to me. You can bring me in all day if that's what the Rooney Rule is. Buy a team, get this money together, and buy a team so you can get a seat at the table. That's the only way it's going to change.
I just got one comment, but you got to be voted in. You got to be voted in by the rest of the teams. And
if you get that money right, you get a team.
Listen, man, the money for the cost for an NFL team, this ain't your regular. I got $1 billion. That don't even get you. You can't even buy ice cream with that money. You need for real. I mean, you need for real. You got Magic as a partner with someone else in Washington. You got Condoleezza Rice as a partner with Denver, but they don't own the team. You need for real money to buy it.
What? We got enough people in our community that got big money. We're not looking for one person to buy a team. Every team there's owners out there, they got percentages. We just got to be the majority owner. That's all. You know what I mean? We got plenty of money. But we don't want to use our money like that. You know what I mean? If we don't do it, it's never going to change. And history proved that. Everybody thought it was about Shador. This is much deeper than Shador. And they showing you this.
okay.
What, Doc?
Well, I can't speak much on it. I'm really learning right now because
I
I never followed football that close to know about the coaches and all that. But I know this kind of thing go on in every sport. That's all I really thought much about. But I'm listening. I'm paying attention to the pastor and Bruce.
Yeah.
And,
well, one thing I would say, one comment. I know what Bruce is saying. I know what Pastor Ward is saying too. I mean, I can't imagine how much an NFL team costs though. If the Lakers cost a lot of money, and the Knicks cost a lot of money, and the Yankees cost a lot of money, or the Red Sox, I can't even imagine what a football team will cost. With all the people in a dome.
We got enough people. We got enough people that got big money. They got billionaires now.
That's true. That's true.
If you don't get together, nobody buys a team. That's why they got things called majority owners,
right?
Minority owners, because they have percentages.
Right.
We're not telling Shaq and Magic to go in there and buy a team. There's plenty of them that got money that can do that. But we just want to glamorize our money. We don't want to put it to work.
Right.
See, if you don't put it to work, it's never going to work.
Right.
How long we been saying we need black coaches? Why we keep asking them for? Right. Put this money together. Everybody want to say they're a billionaire, but they ain't doing nothing with that money.
They ain't doing nothing with the money.
The average price for NFL team is $7.1 billion.
Exactly.
A B. Well, I'm just saying $1 billion ain't getting you. You ain't even buying. I mean, but I'm saying this. But you got the Walmart. You got people that own Walmart. They own the team themselves. They don't need Magic and them to come in. You know what I mean? They got that kind of money. So They are, and it's most of those teams are family owned, unless a couple of them, have. But most of them are the Crafts. They don't need Magic to come help them. They own the team themselves.
Yeah, but
They
see,
got that money.
only time they use people like Magic and Jay-Z, they maybe get 2%, 5%, but they're using them for their name. They know their name is big. They're not in it. They're not in it like that.
All right, go ahead, Bishop. Let Bishop and Henry and Kevin.
I mean, and Walt brought it up a couple of things. It said $7.1 billion, and that's with minimum equity.
Right.
That is the lowest. Cowboys are averaging out at about $2 million. The Raiders, believe it or not, are about $9.7 billion. So it's not small money. Bruce, I like your idea, but the truth of the matter is, man, we've got to find the right people to make this happen. And then let's do this right. There's a politics in pro sports on every level. We're talking about pro football right now. You already said it, Larry. They got to be voted in. If the quote unquote good old boys don't want you in, I don't care what kind of money you got. You are not getting in. All right. End of story. So really, you got to get past all the red tape before you can even have a seat at the table. And 90% chance if they don't like you, they're going to try to put you on the back of the bus first chance they get.
Don't play.
You know what? Here it is. All right, let me show you something. And I'm going to do this two ways. When players get these $1 million contracts, they are not thinking about people like me and you. We're the average Joe. We're the ones who buy the tickets, who go to the concession.
Don't never move.
Yeah, but the problem is, just like Black Friday and Christmas, give them a bargain or some kind of sale. They don't care what you think. They're going to get it. Me, I'm not professionally, meaning as a truck driver, I don't even want to be in the business anymore because they have undercut the prices. It's, that person that wants the deal of the century for little or no money is the reason why we're having this conversation today.
All right, go ahead, my brother, and then I go with Kendall. Andy, go ahead. You got any comment on that?
Well, right now we're in a new day and time because the man in the White House has already set the orders on how things is going to go. So as far as in there, it's even if they're removing all the Black History stuff, all the stuff. So as far as the NFL was already like that, that just gives them the green light just to keep it the way it is. So it's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. So as far as having Black owners, that's not going to happen. As far as Black coaches, I mean, you see what's going on. They don't get nothing about all that Rooney order. Donald Trump done set the precedent on how things is going in America. And if nobody can't see that, then that's what's happening. That's from the White House.
Politics there, Henry, like I said earlier. The politics really is what it is. Politics is in sports like you would never believe.
Oh, we believe it. We know that. Yeah, we believe it.
At a higher level.
What Henry was talking about is very important because,
yes,
I know Bruce said, forget the Rooney Rule, but without the Rooney Rule, you don't even get a smell of it. So that's what Donald Trump just did when he took all that, about minorities had to have a percentage or have it. He said, no, don't do that. So this is just roll over to that now. And your New England Patriot guy, he's a big contributor to the Trump campaign. So I mean, this is just plain right. They like Henry said, this just gave them the green light. Say, okay, we got hire none, we ain't got to listen to no Rooney Rule, because that's what he's about.
Yeah, but
20 of the 32 owners in the NFL are all Donald Trump supporters as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, go ahead, Kendall.
Well, this is the golden rule. Whoever has the goal makes the rule. So let's think about that, Anthony. What did you just tell me? You said 20 out of 32. That's 10/16. That's 5/8. That's more than half. So it is what it is. I mean, the bottom line is that there is no seat at the table. Speaking of Robert Kraft, he didn't even make it into the Hall of Fame. That was just announced, Yeah, well, the bottom line with the NFL is that is the original, in the sports world, the good old boys network, period. So listen, Rooney Rule was just something that was placed there, but now as you know, the administration, things have changed. You know, we're not going to be constitutional because we don't actually have to worry about a constitution. We're not doing anything with it. So, you know, we're just making rules. So the Rooney Rule is what? A loony rule now. It's just, it doesn't matter, you know, so it is what it is. And that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
All right,
And
so we got
it's a historical. I just wanted to bring this one thing. It's related, but it's not related. There was an owner. There's a former owner.
We lost studio.
There was a. I'll make this as quick as possible. There's an owner. I know you guys are familiar with the former baseball owner Bill Veeck, owned the White Sox, owned the Indians. Well, back in the late 30s, early 40s, he was going to go try and buy the Philadelphia Phillies, and he was going to fill the roster with players from the Philadelphia Stars of the
Negro League. Yeah, yep.
They had just won the Negro League, the Negro National League Championship. Well, wind of it got to the owners of Major League Baseball. They basically he was blocked, and another owner wound up buying the Phillies. Now, think of how history might have changed if Veeck was allowed to. This would have been happened way before Jackie Robinson, was picked and everything else. But I say all that to basically say things are different, opportunities are different, but unfortunately, the mentality still exists. And to me, a lot of times, the mentality is bigger than the bucks, because I agree with Bruce. I think we can get a conglomerate of Black professionals or what have you to own a team. You know, the Green Bay Packers are still publicly owned. They're the only professional sports team that's like that, and that can still be done. But unfortunately, what hurts also is the mentality more than anything else.
Can't disagree with that.
No, that's true.
All right, so what you guys think about the Black coaches though? You think is would that change at all?
That's the trickle down. That's just a result. Starts from the top. It's just going to trickle down. It is what it is. We're going to give you a shot, and the tables are stacked so much against you that you're not going to have that chance, the normal chance. So, you win for us, you make us money, that's fine. And you don't, it's not a big deal to them.
But in every industry, you got
right there. If you think about it, the most qualified coach who should have gotten a coaching job this year, Brian Flores. What happened? And I mean, there were 5 teams that wanted to hire him. And my guess is, and it's my guess, my opinion only, and just my opinion, there was probably rumor or a backstage pass that says if you hire him, you're going to have some trouble. Not that Flores was the trouble. The problem is they're still punishing him for the Miami thing.
How about Eric Bieniemy?
Yes, they are. They are.
They are. They're definitely punishing Flores for. We said that when they started it. He's the more. You can't say the brother can't coach, but he still has an ongoing lawsuit against the NFL. You know, so you know what I mean. It's they're punishing him for that. But you got the guy from the Denver Broncos. You know, he should got a head coach. Saleh got another opportunity. But you still, in every organization, every business, you got gatekeepers. You got gatekeepers, man. You got those that. If he, like Raheem Morris, got the job because he came from the McVay tree, you got gatekeepers, man. So.
Let me throw one more out there. You guys remember Lovie Smith?
Yeah.
Didn't do that bad a job. He didn't do that bad a job. But what happened?
Well, he was in the Super Bowl against Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy won his Super Bowl against Lovie Smith, 2 Black coaches. Indianapolis versus Chicago.
Yeah, my point is, Kendall, too much popularity in that respect, because this same argument or this same discussion we're having today took place back then, and as quickly as it came to the surface, it got buried again, because I didn't think the higher ups wanted to see that ever again.
All right, Bruce got something to say. Go ahead.
The rule is NFL rule is the owner team. You gotta go through a very big background check, and 24 of 32 teams gotta vote you in.
Okay.
24 of 32. That's mostly everybody.
That's the
You
majority right there.
You about to start a new franchise or just to buy
And
it?
you're not getting in.
To either buy one or, well, they're not talking expansion.
No, they're talking. Yeah.
Not right now, at least they're trying to push the 18 games schedule now. That's the biggest thing. But also to piggyback on Lovey, his last year in Chicago, out of the 32 teams in the NFL, he was the 30th highest paid.
I'm coming back in. I can't
in the
hear
league.
nobody.
Interesting.
Yeah, don't forget, y'all. They got guys like Byron Leftwich that won a Super Bowl and was a great coordinator.
Exactly.
And to show the people that they don't care nothing about the Rooney Rule, they're gonna bring a guy like Phillip Rivers out of retirement after 5 years non-playing, and his highest thing was coaching high school, and they offered him a head coaching job. That tells me everything I need to know.
There you go.
Jeff Saturday was working at ESPN when he got the Colts job.
Think about that.
Stunk up the place. You ain't got to get.
You got one lucky win and he gets a coaching job.
You know what I mean?
One lucky, and I say lucky because that was a lucky win. Come on.
Yeah.
Every now and then they throw a crumb, and when that crumb don't turn into bread, they get rid of it.
What else you got, bro? What else you got?
Okay, I want to talk about Salah for a minute. You know, the job he did in Miami and to go to San Francisco within less than a year, come back as a head coach. Do you think they blame the organization instead of the coach?
Talking about the Jets or Miami?
I'm talking about the team that picked him up. Do they blame the Jets or do they blame the coach?
Probably they blame the Jets because he's resurfaced again, and let's be honest, because of the Jets being so inept, they're an easy target. You know, what do they? You know, they go through coaches like we go through underwear, unfortunately, and that's it makes it easier for them. And you know, look, Salah did do a good job as helping San Francisco, considering all the injuries and everything else, but again, Byron Leftwich led the Bucks to the Super Bowl with Tom Brady, and he's still without a job. We can, and even when look how long it took even Dungy to get his first, and Dungy had been with other Hall of Fame coaches and all of it, and again, it's frustrating because all you want is to be you want it to be in a perfect world. You want it to be a level playing field, but when you know it's already not a level playing field, and it just makes it very, very tough. And look, we're all fans of the game. We like to watch the games or whatever, but when we see how the donuts are made, it really makes it tough to follow it.
You kind of lose your appetite.
Okay, Anthony.
Yes, sir.
With Caldwell, did Tony Dungy try to talk to him before the Super Bowl, and he didn't want to hear it? He said he got to do it his way.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, there's going to be personal, things like that as well. But the thing is, the interesting thing with Caldwell to me is that this was a guy who was a good college coach at Wake Forest. No, he wasn't a Hall of Fame coach, but he was a fairly decent college coach. And he was a quarterbacks coach. He was a offensive coordinator. So he did everything that they asked you to do. You were good in college. You were a high assistant. I believe he was I want to say he was assistant head coach when he was with Dungy.
Yes.
As well. So he did everything. He checked off all the boxes, but again, I go back to what I was saying before. There's it's attitudes and relationships or lack of relationships. There's a reason why Josh McDaniels keeps name always surface. There's a reason why the Gruden's names always seems to resurface. They still, it's these relationships and lack of relationships, unfortunately, that keeps guys out. And there's still a mentality. They still look at athletes and coaches and former players who want to become coaches. They still look at them as subservience. I mean, you see Warren, you saw the little thing Warren Sapp did, even in the little time he had in Colorado. Their defense got better. I mean, they still had problems, but you would think that someone would look at that and say, hey, maybe he would do that in the pros as well. But it never ceases to that. They'll always get the hot young, coach or whatever. Put it this way, there's probably a better chance that Cignetti from Indiana could get a head coaching job tomorrow than some of these guys who have been assistants for 5-10 years.
Go ahead, Kendall.
Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I just think that, once again, we're not saying it, but let's call it for what it is. It's called a plantation system. It is what it is. I mean, the bottom line, it's not going to change. And now, as Henry had eloquently broke out that the administration is, they're 20 out of 32 owners are literally, part of that situation there. So, to be perfectly honest, shut up and play. That's the mentality.
Yeah. Look at how they did. Look at how they did Eric Bieniemy with Kansas City, your team.
That's what I say. He should have a job.
Now they try to say that he wasn't the cause of them winning. So they said that Andy Reid, since he was the offensive guru, they didn't need Eric Bieniemy because it was all Andy Reid anyway. Then soon as nobody talked about this, but soon as Eric Bieniemy left, that offense hadn't been the same since. You know what I mean? And now they turn around and bring him back.
Brought him back, of course.
You know what I mean? I would have made them get on TV and admit that they were wrong or get rid of me before.
They got Super Bowl without him, though.
No, but Bruce, the thing about that, Eric Bieniemy is good. I'm glad we was going to bring that up. But they said that he didn't interview well, and when he went to the Commanders at that time, it didn't turn out good. They didn't even bring him back. So that was his perfect opportunity when he went to the Commanders, like you said. Now he did Ullman's job with Kansas City, and I was just going to say now, because they just hired their offense coordinator to go to the Giants. So from Kansas City, so a great opportunity for Bieniemy to come back and prove himself. Not only is a lot of things, not the X's and O's, but he held the guys accountable. That was his. Because when he went to the Commanders, they didn't like him because he was getting in their butt. It wasn't about X and the O's. It was about he made them hold them accountable of how they played on the field. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead, Bishop. You want to say something?
Well, no, I'm listening on this one because I'm kind of not in the dark per se. I have knowledge of it, but not enough to really comment behind it.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm a pass.
But the new guy, Kendall and Amp, the new guy is the other. The thing is, it's the connection. Someone brought that up about the connections, man. You got to have those connections. Now the new name is the LaFleurs. You got the LaFleur brothers all over the place. Where they come from? Shanahan and the Rams coach. That's their tree. Now, if you're in that one, all of the Rams offensive coordinators are head coaches now. All the excellents are all head coaches. The coach from Minnesota came from the Rams. The coach from Cincinnati came from the Rams. The new LaFleur brother they're all from the Rams tree. Every one of them are from the Rams tree. Now they got the new kid. I can't say his name. It's a long name, but he's biracial. He's the new hot thing. He's going to be a head coach next year. He's the Rams offensive. He's their quarterback. He's their game coordinator. He's going to be the next head coach, Stella or something. But yeah.
Bruce got a question. Go ahead.
You know what bothers me too is that, have you ever heard that a white coach was interviewed and they said he had a bad interview? They did the same thing with Shador, so I don't buy it.
Exactly.
They don't want to hire us. The first thing they want to say is we had a bad interview. I never heard them say that about no white candidate for head coach, that they had a bad interview. Either they was hired or they wasn't. You know what I mean?
That's true. What about you? Any comments, bro?
No, not on that topic. No.
All right, go ahead, Don. You gonna say
No,
something?
I got no.
All right, go ahead, Larry. What you got?
Okay, what I want to talk about is the Seahawks and the Patriots.
Ooh.
Now, this game could go either way, or it could be a blowout. My thing is right now, I can believe it can get out of hand real quick. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think it ain't even going to be close.
You're right. New England gonna blow them out.
So funny, so funny. Because I feel if they get after him, he's not going to be able to handle it. And I ain't talking about Donald neither. Donald got experience, and in the Super Bowl, that's one of the most important things. You know, for your first time going to Super Bowl, you ain't been in this league many years. You're gonna get a lot of, you're gonna get a lot of excitement. You're gonna be jittery. You don't know what to expect, and especially in the beginning of the game, I think May gonna make a few mistakes. What do you think, Walter?
I think that they have to be careful that the young coach don't get out coached by Vrabel. That's what I think. Vrabel has much experience being in the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl with the Patriots. He knows that way if he can keep them calm down. But I think I agree with you. I think that Seattle has a great opportunity to blow them out if they don't turn the ball over and he don't get out coached by Vrabel. Because if you look at the Patriots, they had one of the easiest schedules in the NFL this year. You beat Denver without their quarterback. The quarterback had a broken leg, and you beat the Texans when their quarterback might as well had a broken leg because he kept throwing the ball to the wrong team. So I mean, you know what I mean? So but on the flip side, Seattle's playing lights out, and their defense is awesome. So the Patriots' offense has struggled this year, and their defense is okay, but I don't know if they can stop. If Darnold don't put the ball in harm's way and don't throw the ball to the other team, I think that Seattle. I think it's going to be a blowout. It might be like 35-10. That's what
Henry, you said the Patriots going to blow them out. Give me your opinion then.
Yeah, I really, because being down here in Florida, I don't see New England a lot unless they come on the late night. But what I saw in the playoffs from their defense, I was really impressed. I thought the defense was really good. And to me, it's like Sam Darnold. I just think he played so well so year. I think the Patriots are going to turn him over. That's just my take. We'll have to wait and see. But I think New England defense is better than a lot of people are giving them credit for.
But you said in the playoffs they played Denver without a quarterback.
It's okay.
No, it ain't okay.
You got to play. You got to play.
Zero quarterback.
Okay, zero quarterback.
Now, I'm going to ask you this. If they would have lost to the quarterback, then I would understand, but they won.
Yeah, but you said their defense is awesome. They play without a quarterback. They should be awesome.
It was supposed to be.
awesome.
I like their defense. So do you think New England don't have a good defense?
I think they're good, but I don't think they're in the same league as with Seattle. No.
Okay, but the
quarterback,
but
they're not the same.
But the quarterback, he got to go against that defense. So we just got to see how he do.
Okay.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
Your turn, Bishop. Go ahead. Who you guys?
Well, of course, I'm an NFC guy, so I'm going with Seattle. Blowout? No, I kind of think it'll be a little closer than that, more like 21-17. And I got to give May his due, his receivers their due, his running back their due, their defense, and their special teams. But they are evenly matched. The difference here is Seattle has a special teams guy. He could take it to the house at any given point in time. Yeah. And to me, that's the slight difference there. And then their field goal kickers, I'm just looking at the comparison. Seattle has a better field goal kicker. Of course, it didn't look like it the other day when they played, but he is a better field goal kicker. So, I mean, they have a minor edge, not by much. I got Seattle by 4.
All right. Kendall, go ahead, bro.
I'm thinking this. First of all, I think Seattle has a better team, but I think that, this old Drake May, deer in the headlights. Well, he has access to another guy who had a young blood, deer in the headlights, and I saw him come out there. I think it was like 2001. We might know him. Some guy named Tom Brady. We're going to see if he's going to make it to the Hall of Fame. I mean, come on, Bill Belichick didn't go. Robert Kraft didn't go. But this guy literally replaced a Drew Bledsoe, who at the time had more yards than any quarterback in the NFL. So I'm thinking that, you got Tom Brady in his ear in New England, unless Tom Brady's going to drink the haterade and not want him to go. And I don't think that's the case. I think he and Vrabel are pretty cool. So I think it's going to be a little bit closer than we think. I mean, Seattle's got, they got the bells and whistles, and Drake May's been sacked 5 times in the last 2 games. If that happens with Seattle, game's over. I'm going with New England. I'm going with New England for the upset. I think Seattle's a better team. I just think that, history can repeat itself. He has Tom Brady's ear. And what was Tom Brady thinking when he was going against the greatest show on turf? We just knew the Rams were going to repeat that year. Mike Martz had replaced Dick Vermeil. They had it going on. Marshall Faulk. Kurt Warner's story was just amazing. Some kid, man, from Michigan who told Robert Kraft, I'm going to be the best draft choice you've ever had in your life. Had a split time in Michigan with Brian Greasy. Just had to prove himself. And I just think that, New England has that.
Let me tell Kendall this real quick. Drake May didn't practice last practice because he's having trouble with his wrist.
Shoulder. Yeah.
Shoulder.
That don't bother you? Or shoulder?
Nope.
No,
He says it's fine.
No, that's throwing shoulder. Well, you got a couple of
You got 600 pounds landing you on the ground. That shoulder may have some more difficulty.
Pastor Walton, I go with Anthony. I know you got to leave me, Anthony. Go ahead, Pastor Walton.
Oh, I already went. Let Ant go. I went. I went first.
Yeah, the thing here is you got 2 newbies as quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. Both of them have never gone. So in a sense, they may sort of cancel each other out. I got to give Seattle a little bit of an edge, only because I just think their defense is just a little bit better. The Patriots defense got better and better and better as the year went along. I don't take that away from them, but it's something about what Seattle has been able to do all year defensively is that they're really, they've been the top defensive team all year. I don't think it'll be a blowout unless there's an injury or something to that effect. I think it'll be a close game going into the 4th quarter, but I just think Seattle will be able to just pull it out in the end.
So too.
All right, go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a close game too, man.
Yeah.
I don't think that May is going to be intimidated. I think he's ready for this. But I want to see Don.
We don't want to come in before it gets busy.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah, I like New England, but I want to see Donald win it. I want to see Donald win it bad. You know what I mean? So he had that comeback story. You know what I mean? This would be nobody in that ever watched football picked Donald to go to the Super Bowl this year.
You're right.
You know what I mean? I would love to see him. I would love to see him win it.
I mean, especially even last year, but he won 14 games.
Right. And didn't get no respect.
Hey, listen, why do you think Kwesi lost his job? His bosses called him an idiot, say you got to go.
Yeah, but why did the man get to the Super Bowl to get
something wasn't right. There's a story behind that, but go ahead back around the horn. I'll tell you about it in a little bit.
I'm definitely picking Seattle. As time went on, at first I didn't like Donald because I was listening to Bishop. I started listening to my old self, and I
started to blame me.
Jumping on the bandwagon.
And Jerry, he been his own man since he was 12 years old. Now it's my fault. He was hating on Donald.
Anyway, I think Donald was playing really good going into the playoffs. So is Drake May. I give them both they do when it comes to this. But I'm gonna give Donald the edge. He's playing really great. And that snow, we couldn't really see what Drake May could really do in that snow.
Right.
I think that messed him up a lot. But He might
Yeah.
come out
Oh,
smoking.
but with Denver too. I mean, like I
Yeah,
said, they have
same
a
thing.
quarterback. See,
Right.
I'm just talking about that as a point to the game coming up.
no, I got you. I got
Nothing
you.
to do with that game.
I got you. See, I want to bring up something too. With the other game, you know, when the guy went for the fourth down. Now, if you'd have scored that, they would have been up 14, right? They would have won the game because New England only scored what 10 points, right? Was they only scored 10 points?
Yeah.
In that
Yeah.
game, 10-7.
Yeah.
So
You see,
somebody to make sense.
if don't win games.
We
though.
know that. We know that. We
Why
know
you
that.
keep bringing it up?
I'm
You brought it
here.
up last week. If
No.
don't win,
You know what?
Well, we're talking about
let's look
if
at it
now.
that way.
We're talking about if coming up. We don't know what's happening this week. I mean, that
We
game.
just picking the team. We
Well,
ain't
we're
talking
still
them.
talking if. All right. Anyway.
See, there's a difference.
Okay.
That play already done. That guy messed that play up. That's the way you gotta look at it.
Okay.
He messed it up by not going for that kick or whatever. He messed that play
You see
up.
what Mike Tomlin said about if.
All right. All right. Who did I miss? Got anybody? Go ahead, Larry. What else you got before we go to basketball?
Yeah, go to basketball. That's all I have.
Hey, before you guys, what about Bishop's question?
Yeah, what about the 10 running backs?
Dealing with
Okay,
football
we'll do that.
before
All right,
you go
go
to basketball. You be done with football.
Well, I mean, I saw this in a post, and the quarterbacks that they named, the running backs that they named, great running backs, but seems to me there are some names missing there. And my question is, looking at that list, and I'm trying to pull it up now, who would you take off the list, and who would you add to the list?
Well, what's the list again, though? You got to get the name of the list again, though. Who you got on the list?
I'm trying to get back to it
Well,
now.
I'm going to tell you something. When he retired, he was the third leading rusher. He had 4 Super Bowls. Franco Harris should be on that list. Gail Sayers should
think
not even
so,
be on
too.
that list. Period. You know, and you got to think, Emmett Smith, and I'm not a Cowboys fan, should be a little bit higher because he had Michael Irving on the side. I mean, Emmett Smith did his in the flow of the game and literally won Super Bowls. Yeah, Barry Sanders, probably the most talented running back there is, 10 straight 1,000-yard seasons. But I think the person that set the precedent has to be Jim Brown.
Yep.
Period.
Right.
He retired because things were different. Imagine if Jim Brown even played a 16-game season. He played a 12-game season for about 9 yards, averaged over 5 yards a carry, and out of every single running back on that list, he's the only one to average 100 yards a game his entire career. The list starts right with him.
All right. Now, here's the list right here. Barry Sanders, they got it number 1 in this order. Walter Payton, 2. Jim Brown at 3. Eric Dickerson at 4. Emmett Smith at 5. Adrian Peterson at 6. LaDainian Tomlinson at 7. Marshall Faulk at 8. Gail Sayers at 9. And O.J. Simpson at 10. And personally, I think O.J. Simpson should be rated just a little bit higher than 10.
I think so.
About
Is
4.
that the
He's
ranking
starting
or is that,
stuff.
is that the ranking?
That's what they're ranking. They're ranking these
Okay.
running backs as the top 10 of all time. And
Okay.
there were running backs I'll say I wasn't aware of back in the 60s when it was just the NFL league, the Super Bowl era. And I'm gathering this has got to be the Super Bowl era here. So,
Yeah.
I'm thinking OJ should be in the top 4. If not, why is he number 10?
I agree.
Where's Earl Campbell?
That's my point.
Over Gail Sayers.
Well, Gail Sayers.
What about Tony Dorsett?
I'm going to say Dorsett. Where's Dorsett?
They're missing. And I can't throw too many in there because they've done some things, but they haven't done enough.
Where's Marcus Allen?
Marcus Allen. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, listen, if you're going to throw Marcus Allen in, where's Bo Jackson? And where's Chuck
Nah,
Foreman?
Bo Jackson
Bo
didn't play.
Jackson
too short, you know.
He didn't play long enough.
Short.
Yeah.
All right. But there's
But you know what? There's a lot of guys, a lot of good players on there. I mean, LT is good, but I wouldn't put him over Marcus Allen. I don't think he had as much as Marcus Allen. Franco Harris, are we talking about the best or most accomplished or accomplished the most? You know what I mean? Because I don't know.
Franco
Eric
wasn't that good.
Eric the
Franco
Great
wasn't that
no,
good.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Accomplished or just a good player. Eric the Great, man, he's up there. OJ should definitely be higher than number 10, as far as
He
I'm
should be
concerned.
top 4.
Yeah.
Or top 5.
4 or 5 at least. That's minimum right there for OJ.
Man.
You know? And then I don't have a problem with Adrian Peterson, but Adrian Peterson.
No, I don't think he should be on the list.
Adrian shouldn't. Adrian was a monster.
Yeah, I know, but he's not better than Marcus Allen. He's not better than Marcus Allen.
What
He's
about
not
Herschel?
better than Tony Dorsett
I
either.
don't know.
Adrian does have the all-time record for a game, like 275 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but he's
That's
still
why
not
it's
better
all
than
day, man.
consistently. He's not better than, to me,
Yeah.
not Dorsett.
Adrian Peterson was a monster. I'm just, just for my taste, I guess you would say. I would not.
What about accomplishments? What about yards?
What about who, Henry? You said Herschel Walker?
Yards.
Yeah,
Head to head.
Oh yeah, Herschel Walker, he was great too.
Yeah, but who would you
Last
take
long.
off the list?
You know
He
what
been top 20, but who you gonna take off the list?
You know what
You can't take Eric Dickerson off the list.
But no, Derek Dixon definitely should be up there. And I think Gail Sayers should be off the list.
And LaDainian Tomlinson.
Tony Dorsett should be there.
Nah, Gail. You think Tony Dorsett was better than Gail Sayers?
Yes.
Nah.
No. Jesus, no. No.
No,
Yeah, but
that's what I think.
Back in that day, they considered him like a gazelle for the way he ran, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was Barry Sanders before Barry Sanders, Gail Sears.
There you go.
I have to be honest because I don't really remember him playing. I remember more the movie, the Brian song, the movie.
Yeah.
And him actually playing football.
Right.
Okay, I remember OJ.
Oh, yeah.
More
Now,
than Gail
let me
Sayers.
ask you a
I don't
question.
recall seeing him play, so I can't really give an honest opinion. Now, Tony Dorsett, I grew up on Tony Dorsett.
Right.
All right, let me
So
throw
I can
something
give my
out there.
opinion. So Gail Sayers,
somebody
I
help me
can't
remember.
really. That's the only reason why I say I don't think he belongs.
I hear you.
Because my eyeballs never seen him play, so I can't really give an honest evaluation of what I really think because I never seen him play.
Yeah, Roger Craig was a bad boy too for the 40s.
He was.
He ain't even in the Hall of Fame, man, so you can't put him on the list.
He's not in the top 10.
He ain't even in the Hall of Fame, so you can't put him on the list.
All right.
Hey, watch this, Walt. We got one too many Cowboys up here already. No, let me stop.
That's 49. Roger Craig's 49.
Tell
No,
him
listen,
again, Walt.
do you remember the running? There's a running back, Ernie. I can't think of his last name. Hard runner. I mean, a really hard runner. I saw a video on it. I wouldn't put him on this list, but I was just wondering, that second tier of running backs.
Okay.
Can we develop a second tier of running backs to put on that list? Because I mean, some of these guys on here I would replace. But Franco Harris would go in, and I don't know who I would take out. I'd probably, if I had to.
What you on the top 10, Franco Harris?
Yeah.
No way.
No. I ain't calling them top 10. I said I wouldn't take that. I'm trying
Henry,
to think.
why not?
Marshall Falk, I would
Them other
replace
guys
Harris
are more
with.
talented. Frank, he was the
No
player.
way.
He ain't the top 10.
Marshall Falk? Are you kidding me? No way. You can't
Good.
Top 10.
put Franco Harris over Marshall Falk.
Rams, he was great. I enjoyed him. A breakaway run. But I think a grinder. Basically, to me, Harris was a grinder. But I mean, he didn't have that big run that we're used to seeing. But when he needed to get the job done, he got it done. And
Yeah, all right.
Not necessarily how that 60-yard dash that they get away with. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
We get some basketball in right quick. Come on, Henry.
Well.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the James Harden want to get traded. What you guys' thoughts on that?
Again?
Yeah.
He's trying to go to Cleveland.
Again?
I think he should go to Cleveland. I think he'll
For
be
Garland.
I think it's a good trade.
Who that?
I think
James Harden.
Yeah, I think Harden need another shot, and this will be his last shot. I think Cleveland a good place. At least he can get out of the East if him and Mitchell can play good together.
No, but I don't see them playing good together. Both of them need that ball.
Yeah, well,
what they gonna do with Garland?
Two of them. Garland going to he's getting traded. He be gone.
I didn't see Garland name up there on that trade.
That's who they trading. Garland for
They're trying.
Is that going to really be a straight up trade?
No,
Yeah, because of the price, the money.
Now, so
Yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna go, but
Except for Harden is up for renegotiation, so the money matches now, but it won't next year or something like that.
I mean, why throw away your future? If ain't gonna have come and secure your future.
Well,
championship.
well, Jackson to Utah.
Yep. Jaron Jackson Jr. is at
Yeah.
Utah. Yeah. And Vukovic from Chicago's with the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, I know. That's a big trade right there. They
That's a
needed
big one.
That's a big
Boston's
trade.
trying to come out of the East now.
Yeah, that's a big trade right there, man.
Yeah.
Oh. My goodness.
And they needed a big man. They just gave him one.
They got him. They
Yeah.
got their big man.
Yep.
Andy, which goes on the trade block
When
too?
is the trading deadline? This Thursday?
Nobody gonna give up nothing.
They didn't actually have Anthony Davis' name out there when they was talking about it today. His name didn't pop up. So
Who's that?
Nobody wants him right now. You got to get healthy.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony
Who?
Davis.
Oh,
Hurt. So who won it right now?
right.
That's true.
When is the trading deadline?
I think, yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Wow. And then for New York, I know the rumors, and that's all they are, just rumors. But what do you think New York might do, Bruce?
Giannis. They
I
want
don't think,
Giannis.
yeah, but they ain't gonna get. They want too
They
much.
got to give up a lot of stuff for Giannis. If they're going to give up the draft places, I say do it. But if they're giving up something, this is a right down team. And they can,
They said Giannis was going to the Timberwolves.
Think
Yeah.
so? Yeah,
They got all kind of scenarios going on.
Yeah, the Timberwolves want him.
Yeah, Timberwolves want him.
Yeah, and you put him with Ant-Man.
why would Milwaukee trade Giannis to Minnesota? And aren't they in the same division?
What's
Who's
that?
that?
No.
Oh,
Minnesota's
in the West.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Minnesota's West.
I'm looking at it
Yeah.
geographically. You got to excuse me.
Yeah,
But you know what?
geographically, they're close.
But you know what, Bruce, with Mike Brown, this is what he do, man. He first year, man, he got that offense humming, man. Open all them open threes. This is what Mike Brown does, man. For the Knicks, this is what he does.
Yep.
Problem is, we
Gives them
need
open shots.
what else we need? We need something, a little extra something. You know, focus is the little extra something we need. So I'll just throw that out there.
Well, you need to worry about Detroit in the East.
Man, please. Detroit's always been a nemesis.
Yeah.
I like the Celtic team, man. The Celtic team is tough. Well,
all right.
Without Jason Tatum.
Yeah, man, they tough without Jason Tatum, man. They tough. Well,
So what's Brown? He still complains. He feel he's still not getting his due with the Celtics. He's still not getting his due because Tatum's still standing in his way, and Tatum ain't even playing.
He the new Scottie Pippen.
He was complaining.
He don't never get no respect.
Well, if they win this year without Tatum might come back. He might not. But
Yeah.
Then they got to give him his due, right?
Right. I think so. Oh yeah, definitely. If he win it this year, oh yeah. They tough though, man.
Yeah.
They just traded for the center.
Right, that's what we're talking about. From the Bulls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vukovic.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was a start. Vukovic was a starter for the Bulls.
Yeah.
Two-time
He's
All-Star.
good. He's real good.
Right, that's why I said they needed a big man. They just gave him one.
He's like a 7-footer. He's nice.
He can't go to
No,
Miami.
I'm
He can't
shaking
go
my
to
head
Orlando
because
Magic.
why are you dismantling
I
your
can't.
team? I don't think you're going
We're
anywhere.
saying,
Didn't he come from the Orlando Magic before he went to Chicago?
I think so.
yeah, before. Yeah, he was good down there.
Yeah.
Why are they dismantling their teams before the season? Well,
Money.
It looks like Chicago trying to rebuild because they made a couple of different trades.
Well, they traded all their guys away.
Yeah. So they
They
trying to
traded Caruso,
rebuild.
DeRosa, the other boy,
Levine.
yeah. And now what the other guy? They got rid of all the guys.
Well, that's why he wanted to go. Because he thought he had opportunity when he joined there, the Rosa, and they traded him all away. So he's like, I want to go to a contender. So they gave him his wish.
Levine
Yeah.
and all the other guys they sent to Sacramento, they ain't doing nothing.
Well, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens because with this shakeup, if it sounds anything like the way you guys are talking, we could see some huge differences in each conference, in each division.
take it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Thursday the deadline.
Tomorrow.
4 or 5
Tomorrow, see.
What the Lakers gonna do, Henry?
popcorn.
I don't know. They don't have too many pieces to really give away. I mean, to get somebody in nice. I don't know, man. Because you know Luka ain't going nowhere. I don't know, man.
They already did what they're gonna do. They got Luka. That's it. They're gonna
Yeah.
just watch him throw the ball. They just gonna watch him throw the ball up and watch the guy that he's guarding go and run right by him. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do.
Oh, that's funny. They'll run right by him, huh?
Oh yeah. Him and Austin Reed, they don't play no defense, man. They
None.
can score now.
They can score now. He'd be scoring and smiling at him, but they don't play no defense.
Play that.
Hey, but the name of the game is put the ball in the hole. Whoever puts the
Used
ball
to
in
be
the
a
hole,
some level of
wins the
contender.
game.
I should hire somebody to play defense for him.
You know what I mean? Yes.
Terrible.
They wanted Marcus Smart, and they got the other guy, Vanderbilt, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Vanderbilt.
Guys
Yeah.
can't score, though.
Marcus Smart, he ain't playing that bad, no.
Hey,
Hey,
he
listen,
playing
listen,
bad.
Austin Reed.
Yeah, but he was the defensive player of the year one time, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he about
Yeah.
2 years old now.
Yeah, they definitely missing Austin Reed though, man. Yeah, they missing Austin Reed.
On offense, but who they really need is a young LeBron James because he can run people down, block the shots. He can-
They trying to be like the Denver Nuggets back in D'Annis's day. To outscore everybody.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do, score 150 points a game.
That's not gonna work though.
Nah,
But they
nah.
tough out there in the West. They got too many young teams out in the West, man.
Yeah, they do.
Too many
And,
young
They
teams out in the
ain't going
West,
nowhere
man.
this year.
yeah.
No, too
They'll
many
make
young
the
teams.
playoffs. They'll
They
make
got
the
going on
playoffs.
tonight. Who that?
Well, I'll say this much: the NBA champion is coming out of the West again. That's
Yeah.
all I'll say.
Austin won it last year, didn't they? Oh no,
No.
okay.
No.
Okay.
OKC.
Yeah,
OKC. But you know, Bruce, we were talking about there, Detroit, man. They got that 1 year last year, you know, that first year coming around. Now they experienced, man. And they just got the kid Herter, you know, because they need somebody to shoot the ball from the outside.
Yeah.
And they just got Herter.
too, you know, they had a trade today too.
Herter. They got Herter.
Herter for Detroit.
They got Herter. Outside shooter.
Yeah, he
With the
can
red hair. That's what they need, an outside shooter. They got
I like Cunningham, man. He tough, man. And Darren.
Okay, Cunningham's a monster, man.
Yes,
So what
sir.
do you think about the USA versus the world?
Yeah, they
And
got
also,
Wow. Who's playing?
Yeah, but
What's that?
I don't know. And if the NBA, if you look at all the top players, they're playing for the world, right?
yeah,
You got
yeah, all of them. You ain't got to name them. All of them.
they got all the stars. Man.
All of them, man.
Who Cunningham playing for?
Who?
USA. Cunningham's from America. He about the only one.
Listen,
Because you think about it, you got Luka, you got the Joker,
They
you
can't
got
win.
SAG,
They
you got
can't
Jamal Murray.
Hey.
They can't win.
Who else they got from overseas? They got more
You know
guys.
what? Let me throw this in there. If this was a pacifier,
Wimbayama.
name
Yeah,
would-
Come on, bro.
if this
Luka.
was a pacifier league, you could name all the Americans. They can't quit crying. They cry more than them. He hit me. That's a foul, man. Shut up.
Nobody cried more than Luca, so that's yeah.
Yeah, Luka be crying.
LeBron
all the
James
time.
is right there with him, though.
He
What
learned
was
real quick.
Everybody crying now. Everybody crying. I watched one game, they were giving out pacifiers.
Man,
That's what Bishop just said. Yeah, that's the new thing, man.
Yeah.
That's
They
why
got a whole lot of problems out there now.
Oh yeah.
I kind of walk with college basketball before I go to the crybabies, because at least if they cry in college basketball, we can call them babies for real, right? You got these freshmen out there playing like grown men now.
Well, they don't cry like that in college.
No, that's what I said. That's why I go. March Madness is my time. I'll catch up with the $1 million babies in June.
There you go.
They got about five
The
freshmen
only
coming out.
thing I like about college basketball is at the end, man, they drag the games out too much. They keep fouling everybody, bring them through the free throw line.
Listen, I mean,
You know, they
drag the
traded that
games
guy.
out, man.
They traded the guy to the Grizzlies, the kid Walter Clayton Jr. He's part of that trade.
Triple J, send Triple J there.
Yeah, I know, but Walter Clayton Jr., is one that they got back. He's the kid that was killing them for Florida last year.
Right. Yeah, I
Rookie.
saw that, man.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
the one that put
I
UConn
was
out.
surprised they got
Yep.
rid of him.
Yeah, he's the one that put UConn out. I
I
mean,
was hoping Six got Triple J, man. Jaron Jackson Jr.
Yeah. But you know, Bruce, he got to stay out of foul trouble. He got 3 fouls when he stepped on the court.
Yeah.
oh man, his shoes are too big. Anyway,
Got the Lakers and the Nets on tonight. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this first game, they got Denver and the Pistons come on 7 o'clock.
It should be good. 7 o'clock now.
tonight.
And Joker back. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Minister Henry, give us a call to prayer, bro.
All right. Everybody ready?
No,
Yes, sir.
We thank you for your grace, your love, your mercy, because you're a magnificent God, an amazing Lord. We give you praise and glory and honor for your love and for blessing us with the greatest gift you have ever given to humanity, your Son, the Lord Jesus Christ. And Father, we ask that you bless every member here that's on the show tonight, God. Bless the household,
Yes,
bless their families, bless all that are listening, Father. And we thank you again, Lord, for supplying our every need according to your riches and glory through the bread of life, your Son, the Lord Jesus Christ. We pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, fellas.
Amen. 2 times.
I'm gonna go watch my Lakers.
All right, you guys. Have a blessed night, everybody.
All right, y'all have a blessed.
All right, listen, Henry, you got fresh popcorn for your Lakers, man. Just pick it up pick it up.